Welcome to the filler video. Have you ever noticed Nintendo's weird ass obsession over Galaxy? I mean, they just remastered both games and next year we're getting amiibo based on the games, which is $40 a piece, Jesus. And of course, next Super Mario movie is the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Is that not weird to people?
Hey Peggy, let me talk to him one time, hold up.
This can be seen all the way back to, well, Super Mario Galaxy 2. Part of the reason why that game was made is because they had so many ideas from Galaxy 1 that they were planning to make an expansion on it, till they later realized it's probably better to just make it a sequel. And think about it real quick, out of all of the Mario games to get sequels, Galaxy is the one to get another one. And hey, I'm not complaining, I love the original Galaxy, I think it's a fantastic game. I don't really care about Super Mario Galaxy 2 as much if I'm being honest, but hey, it's still a great time. But unless you want to count 3D Land, no other Mario game has received a sequel like this. Not 64, not Sunshine, not even Odyssey, despite how big that game ended up being. I mean, unless you want to count Bonanza, but even then, that game came out like 8 years after, and even then, saying that game is a sequel to Mario Odyssey is like saying Yoshi's Island is a sequel to Mario World. I mean, technically you're right, but not really. You know, actually, real quick, let's go back to 3D World for a minute. When you beat the game, there's tons of more stuff to do, including playing a level that you can see the Comet Observatory in the background of. And when you beat that level, you unlock Rosalina as a playable character. It's a cool unlock, but also, why Rosalina? I'm not saying I don't like Rosalina, quite the opposite. But like, out of all characters to choose as a 5th main character, she seems the most odd one. The game was 7 years old by the time Super Mario 3D World came out. It just seemed like such a weird inclusion. Even weirder, she was added in Mario Kart 7 over Waluigi. Apparently the main reason why Waluigi wasn't added in Mario Kart 7 is because they just didn't have enough time to add him. Which makes sense, but like, you had enough time to add Rosalina? Even weirder, the Queen Bee got added instead of Waluigi, like, huh? Not only that, but Rosalina was also added as a character to Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U and 3DS. What is the obsession with her in Mario Galaxy? The only other game I can think of that gets referenced this much is Sonic Team and their weird obsession with the Deadly Six. Which is funny because Sonic is basically my degree, yet gun to my head I cannot tell you a single Deadly Six member outside of Zaz and Zavok. And it's weird because, to be honest, I thought the same treatment was gonna happen to Odyssey, but no. Like, Pauline was getting more attention, which is cool, and Captain Toad Treasure Tracker got some Switch exclusive levels based on Mario Odyssey, but outside of those two examples, Odyssey did not get as much love as Galaxy did. Sunshine especially didn't get this much attention. Like, Toadsworth started appearing in more games, but that got phased out, or he's dead, one of the two. Sunshine does not get as much love as Galaxy does, which is a shame because it's the better game. Also, real quick, I want to talk about the movie, because I couldn't justify a full video on it. What do I look like, 3C films? I don't know what the general consensus of the film is, and I don't really care, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I have no strong feelings about this film one way or another. I wasn't the biggest fan of the first Mario movie because I'm just not a fan of Illumination at all, but I still had high hopes for the film, and he didn't really achieve those hopes for me. And I'm hoping that this one's a lot more focused on having a story compared to the first one, where it was just kind of going through the motions. I do appreciate that they're pulling from all 3D Mario, not just Galaxy. Like, there's some worlds from Odyssey that's being shown, and Junior being the main villain like Sunshine, and that Mario guy from 64, yeah, he's here. But like, most of it is pulling from Mario Galaxy, hence the name. I do actually like what we've seen of Rosalina so far. I think she looks pretty cool. But again, it's weird that Galaxy is the one to get the main focus. Like the last movie, there was like a Luma that was saying a bunch of edgy stuff. It wasn't really that funny, but hey, it was there. And now we're getting a Mario Galaxy movie. That's so weird to me. It's like when Sonic 3 just immediately cut to Sonic Adventure 2. So it better be as good as Sonic 3 or else I'm gonna lose it. I will say this, I do love how Rosalina and Yoshi looks. I think they capture that pretty perfectly. One of my favorite things about the Mario movie is just how everyone's designed. Everyone looks how they're supposed to, and I do love how much Illumination really exaggerates the expressions with them, especially on Bowser, to be honest. It's just kind of weird that our first look at Yoshi's from Cookies and not a trailer. I mean, I'm sure we're gonna see him. I just hope he doesn't talk. Still not completely on board with the voice cast, to be honest. And with the newcomers, I'm a little iffy on. Brie Larson is Rosalina, which means Critical Drinker is getting a fact check that month. Outside of the weird NFT thing, I don't really have that strong of opinions about Brie Larson one way or another. But strictly judging off Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, I think she'll do pretty good as Rosalina. And the casting makes sense because she's genuinely a fan of the source material. Also, blonde lady who essentially was playing a space goddess is voicing a space goddess. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't really like Bowser Jr. that much. I'll be honest, I don't know much about Benny Safdie at all. Outside of Oppenheimer, I basically know nothing about him. From the look of it, he seems more like a director than he does an actual actor. And I also don't know how much voice work has he done, so we'll see, I guess. But from the little moments we've got of Bowser Jr., I just don't like how he sounds at all. You can tell it's a 39-year-old man doing an impression of a child, like really badly. Like, come on, Nintendo, I know you cease and desist him, but you could have gotten Super Mario Logan to do it.
Cheese ball! Yay! Cheese ball!
I also do think the design looks fine. Just a little creepy on the eyes, to be honest. Anyways, I just don't really have that much of an opinion of the movie, so you can see why I just made this video about Galaxy in general. But I guess when you think about it just a little bit, it does make a little sense. I mean, Galaxy is one of the most acclaimed games. Why wouldn't they milk the shit out of it? I'm just shocked that no other Nintendo game really gets this much attention other than Mario Galaxy. Anyways, I just thought it would be more interesting to talk about rather than me just being like, so you guys see that new Mario Galaxy trailer?